The New York Knicks will face the 2024 NBA champion Boston Celtics on ring night, which happens to be opening day of the 2025 season. Now, on paper, the New York Knicks look ready, willing, and able to compete. But when you look at their first 10 games, what jumps off the page for you?
Oh, the NBA said the NBA wasn't playing when they planned their first 10 games. You mean to tell me that 5 to 6 out of their first 10 games are top contenders in the East? Now, I say 5 or 6. I'm more pushing 5 because I don't know where you may put the Heat. So the Heat will make it 6 if you believe the Heat can at least become a playoff team in 2025. So you mean to tell me the NBA said, Knicks, prove it. What? That schedule is so hard. It's a difficult schedule. Top 5, 6 contenders in the East. They got to start off their whole season with. Wow. And I'm here for it.
Lots of hype surrounding the New York Knicks, and the NBA was like, okay, let's put it on display. But when you look, okay, so they played the Boston Celtics in Boston on TNT.
That's how you open your series. That's how you open your season. You open your season, although they're away, but you still open it with a game like that. I'm gonna be locked and ready. You hear me? Couch ready.
Yes. And then let's look at the game against the Indiana Pacers, a team that kicked them out of the playoffs last season on ESPN, but they're playing at home. So there is a little bit of a reprieve there. Knicks fans gonna be.
Because you know they got a sour taste in their mouth from that. Their last matchup in the 2024 NBA season was with the Pacers. And the Pacers said, I don't care if y'all injured, y'all going home. And that's exactly what happened. So you know the Knicks fans, you know the Knicks players are ready for that game. And at home, it's gonna be a mess. I wish I could be there for that game.
I know, right? And then, okay, this is the triple threat right here. Then you play Cleveland, the Cavs, who are a big team, and y'all done traded away Isaiah Hartenstein. What does that middle look like? I have the New York Knicks struggling against the Cleveland Cavaliers and other teams in the NBA who are big and strong at the center spot. If Mitchell Robinson is not healthy and able to compete, you got Precious Achiuwa, who is another big body, but he does not compare in terms of strength and girth to some of these other bigs in the East.
You know what, though? Them giving up Isaiah Hartenstein is going to prove to be a challenge for them. Because if he didn't do nothing else, he was a big body in the center, right? When Mitchell Robinson went out and Hartenstein had to replace him as a starting center, game changer for the New York Knicks. And I think that helped propel them into their playoff run. I mean, they became really, really great in the middle. And then Hartenstein is so great. He knows how to give them spacing. And I just don't know if the other two, as you mentioned, Precious Achiuwa, welcome back to the team. It's going to take him a minute to acclimate himself back to the Knicks, right? And then Mitchell Robinson, welcome back to the team because he's been out. So, I don't know. So that is going to be a challenge for them, of course, in the 2025 season, at least in these first 10 games until everybody gets used to the rotation, Tibbs, figure out how he wants to work the two of them. But I think if I feel the way I feel, I believe that by mid-season trade, they're going to have a new center.
They have to.
I think so. This is going to be cute, and maybe it may be successful, but I don't think it's going to be what they need for the playoff run. I don't think so. At that center position. So yeah.
And then, oh my gosh, they have Bam Adebayo up next with the Miami Heat. Bam is feeling a little slighted because I know he believes he should have won Defensive Player of the Year last season, but they gave it to Rudy Gobert. Bam has something to prove. Yeah. Bam was on the Olympic team. Was he not?
Yeah.
Wasn't Bam on the Olympic team this summer?
I want to say yes. Yes. Did he have active minutes?
Nah, he was over there with Tyrese Halliburton, but
throwing that ring. No, but he got the gold, so it don't even matter.
Exactly. Yeah. So, what the Knicks gonna do with Bam Adebayo in the middle?
I'm telling you, 1, 2, 3, 4. Them first 4 games, it's gonna shake them. It's gonna shake them, and then when they go to the Pistons, that will be their reprieve. If you lose against the Pistons, then I'm gonna have to question your whole squad, not the Pistons. And then they go to the Rockets, and the Rockets can give them a run for their money as well. Rockets can't get.
Sengun in the middle.
Uh-huh.
I keep looking at the center spot.
Yeah.
Because not
Yeah.
only do the Rockets have Sengun, but they also have Jabari Smith Jr., who I think he's 6'11". He's a big body, young and athletic. The Knicks are going to struggle. They're going to struggle in this 10-game
Yeah.
stretch.
Yeah. It depends on how they position Julius Randle. He may be the changer for them once he's back on the floor. Not maybe, as I know he's gonna be a power forward, but at least he's another big body that can kind of help out. And he's used to, well, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but we'll see what that looks like with Julius Randle back on the floor, right? And then they go to the Hawks. I mean, sorry, Hawks fans, I'm just not checking for them.
Nah, no one is. And they play on the road, right? So, but the thing is, they need to stay focused because Milwaukee Bucks
Ready.
were a disappointment
Yes.
last season. If you don't think Giannis is
He ain't
going
gonna
to be
have
on
it
a
again.
mission, yeah.
Oh, no. No, and then I do believe, and although again, if you go back to some of our old videos, I wasn't a fan of Dame Dollar coming over, but I think he has something to prove as well. The Bucks between Dame and Giannis, brace yourself, NBA fans. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're gonna be on a mission. And the funny thing is, I don't know if you've been watching Dame Dollar's social media, but he's been going hard in the paint in terms of his workouts and conditioning.
Yeah.
So we might see a different Dame
Oh,
because
as
he
we
knows,
we should.
yeah, he knows it was a bust last season. He knows.
He was supposed to be their saving grace, and he was not. Yeah, no, he has to. That's what I'm saying. There's no way your first debut with the Bucks was lackluster, in my opinion. You got to it got to be a level up in the 2025 season for them. Yes, the Bucks. I don't see it. Whatever happened in the 2024 season, especially at the end of the season during the playoff time, it will not happen this year. I don't see it. So yeah, and then they go back to the Pacers.
That's what I'm saying. They got to play the Pacers on the road.
Yeah,
it's going to be gold jerseys everywhere.
I
just can't believe
you
it's gonna
know
happen.
The Knicks are salty, as they should be.
Yes.
So, and I'm not talking about like a team. The Pacers ate them up. They ate them up. So yeah, they salty.
If you're talking about kicking a player while they're down, that's what the Pacers did to the New York Knicks.
They did. They let them get one game, and it was like not. I was like, no, it was actually embarrassing. I mean, I know, the Knicks fans will come in. They were injured. Yeah, as you mentioned, kicking them while they're down. They didn't care. They didn't care. So yeah, they ate them up.
Yeah, and why should they? But let me tell you, another game that I have on the game against the Philadelphia 76ers on the road on TNT. The Knicks, the NBA gave the Knicks a bunch of nationally televised games during these first 10.
They did. They gave them favor, but then also may have ruined their first start. No, I'm serious. Come on. 5 to 6 top contenders in the East they have to go up against to start the season. That is huge. And that's why some of these games are going to be nationally televised. And I'm going to be here for it. Couch ready. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. So I'm excited about that. But I think about it. There's no back-to-back games, which is good. So don't have to worry about that. They do get a little break, although they will be traveling a lot. They have how many road games? 7 road games.
Ooh.
They're going to be on the road. So not only do they play 5 to 6 top contenders in the East, they have 3 nationally televised games, and they're on the road 7 of their 10 games.
Tough.
What? Tough. They're going to be exhausted. And so what?
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Okay, so earlier you mentioned Julius Randle. I mean, he's supposed to be back in November. But I'm thinking he might be a distraction because he posted something recently on social media of the team store. They had OG's jersey hanging. They had Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Brunson, of course. They had all the Nova Knicks and OG and not Julius Randle. And he said, word, New York, is this what we doing? The truth shall come to light.
See? It was a troll. His jersey, if you scroll down in the notes of that post, because you sent it to me and I looked at it, his jersey was just on the other side. See,
it's on the other side. It's on the other side.
I'm saying it was just with the way the photo was positioned. Of course, they cropped out his jersey. Come on, but his jersey was hanging up with the rest of them. Let's stop it. Let's stop.
Okay, but
stop
you have to.
Fuel.
You have to admit he's feeling some kind of way
he's gonna do that
because
anyway.
all the Nova Knicks are together and he's got to feel like an outcast right now. I think he does. I think
Oh,
this is
I
something
can
that
see.
has been brewing since Brunson came to the Knicks.
Yes,
And now he
yes.
done brought his whole crew.
This
And
whole squad.
Julius is like,
Mhm.
wait a minute, but I put the team on my back before all this. Y'all forgot about me? What
You
about
put the
me?
team on your back, yes, and I will acknowledge that. But Brunson led them further in the playoffs. I'm just saying, Julius Randle. I know. I can only imagine how he feels like y'all don't respect the time I spent here, the effort I put in. The only way that's going to even change a narrative is if he step onto the floor and he's ready to go. Now he's recovering from a shoulder injury. Will he really be ready? Ready? Like really in his first few games? So his expectations are too great, and then he's yip yapping on Twitter fingers, and now we like, okay, then just show us. We know what
Mhm.
you can do, but we also know what you can do when it gets to the playoff time. So come on, Julius Randle is that big body that they need, because if you think about the Nova Knicks, they little. They
They
little,
are.
little, right? So you're gonna need Julius Randle to come in there and bully ball like he normally do. They're gonna need that, right? So if they don't have that, that's what he can offer with his skill and the fact that he's a bully on the court. Can you just imagine if he finds his way to acclimate? I think one of the challenges is going to be the chemistry. That is going to be the make or break of the New York Knicks this season, right?
Mhm.
The chemistry on the floor with them. And not only do they have to, bring in, reacclimate Julius Randle, but then they got to also do Mitchell Robinson, right? Got to get him back in them. Precious Achua, Michael Bridges. He's never played this with Tibbs in this type of setting, right?
Right.
Although I think Michael Bridges will be the most easiest person to acclimate himself, because he's a plug and play anyway. Wherever you put him, anywhere you put him, he's going to be able to perform. That's how I see him. So I don't think that's going to be an issue, but everybody around him and how they feel about it may be the issue, right? So
Yes.
yeah, it's going to be challenging for them, and I think that's going to be, if they don't have that chemistry together, the Knicks ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, well, they play a couple of games before Julius is set to return. I'm team Julius Randle all day. Been a
Mm-hmm.
big fan of his since he was with the Lakers, the Pels, and now he's with the Knicks. All right, so last season the New York Knicks went 5-5 to
Uh-huh.
start. How do you think they'll do this season?
I think they'll go 6-4. 6-4, and their 4 losses will be against Boston, a loss to the Pacers, Bucks, and Sixers. I think the Bucks are going to give them a run for their money. I don't know if any team is really ready for the Bucks for 2025, if I'm going to be honest. So yeah, I have those 4: Boston, Pacers, Bucks, and Sixers.
Okay, I have them going 4-6. It's a really tough schedule.
What?
Yeah,
4-6?
yeah, they're gonna lose 6 of the 10 games that they have. It's rough. First
Who
of
you
all,
have
they're on
them
the road
losing?
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Road a lot. Ring night. I have them taking a W
Yeah.
because
W. I think I haven't taken an L.
yeah, because usually what happens, the home team, they get their rings, they're feeling real good about themselves. It's a very emotional night. And then they end up laying an egg. I think the
I don't
Boston
think so.
Celtics will not be focused. They'll be too happy to get their rings.
I don't think so. Not,
All right.
not not this Celtics team. I don't think so. The only
Okay.
person that's probably going to be ready, well, I think all of them will be ready, because they probably know the history of how that works. But I think the Knicks are going to take an L on their first game of the season, because the
Okay.
Boston Celtics will not play. And if anybody wants to be a leader in this case, hopefully it's Drew Holiday to say, y'all, don't let him do it. This is my second
Uh-huh.
ring. I'm just saying.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. So I have the Knicks losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They just don't have the size in the
Mm,
middle. It's going to be a problem for them all season until they upgrade.
mhm,
They're going to lose to the Miami Heat, the Houston Rockets,
mm.
and the Indiana Pacers on the road. They'll beat them at home, but when they got to go on the road to that arena,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be tough.
I have them, of course, losing their first game, losing the last 3 of the 10.
Oh
Bucks,
gosh.
Pacers, and Sixers. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bucks, because I don't know. Again, length and determination from Giannis is gonna get them. They're not ready for that. The Pacers, because as you mentioned, they just gonna be shook when they get there. And then the
Mhm.
Sixers. The Sixers, yeah. Well, with Paul George, I like to see it. So I don't think they're gonna beat that game. Mm-hmm.
Okay.